everyone, it is me, Technicolor Mike B, doing another cosplay makeup demonstration. Today I thought I'd do Johnnystein from Hotel Transylvania. If you're not familiar with him, that's Johnnystein. In the first movie, Hotel Transylvania, he was trying to pass himself off as a monster, one of Frankenstein's cousins. So he's blue, got some orange hair, and that is the look we're going for. Johnnystein from Hotel Transylvania. So let me get my things set up and get ready to go, and we will begin the makeup demonstration. We are using theatrical grease paint makeup for this design. Theatrical grease paint, if it's powdered and applied properly and set, can last you all day. When I do a makeup like this at a cosplay convention, I will bring some extra powder to be able to powder the design during the day. If I start getting too hot and sweaty and oily, that will help reset the makeup so it will last several more hours. With the Mehron line of grease paint, or really any brand of grease paint, you only have a few colors to choose from. That when it comes to blue, you have blue, that's it. And you have, I don't know which, because it doesn't, so this is Moonlight White. It's sort of a bluish off-white gray. Or you have your Clown White. Those are the colors I have to start with, and the Johnnystein is a real light blue-gray color, so I have to mix the different colors together to create the color I want for Johnnystein. So that's how I will begin. We'll use the Moonlight White and the blue and mix the two together and see where that gets us. Might add some gray, some black and white to make gray. We'll see how that goes. And since we're doing it as a cosplay makeup, it's going to need to cover my ears and my neck. This is the shirt that Johnnystein would be wearing. Normally I wouldn't do the makeup wearing the shirt. Too much chance of getting makeup on it. I did actually get makeup on a shirt the other day. But it's easier for me to complete the look at the end if I'm already wearing the shirt, so I'll just have to hope for the best and be careful that I don't get the makeup all over the place. So we just took a bit of both colors of makeup and applied it to my hand. The Moonlight White is a very runny color. I don't know if it's just a bad batch that I got or what. And the blue that I have is a fairly stiff color, so it's really doing the two extremes of makeup. You can see that I'm getting the light color. And that's probably good to get started. I might need a little bit more. We'll see. We'll deal with that when the time comes. I'm not too concerned. I can mix colors, and I'm going to do a little highlights and shadows on it, so any differences in the makeup color will get lost eventually. Since these more or less all one color, I can just sort of begin smearing the makeup on. I don't have to be very neat and tidy and careful. So I just, for the base colors, I'll usually just use my hand, especially when it's a big area to cover. Just trying to get the color down quickly. At this point, I don't have to be really concerned about details and just try to get the layer down. There'll be opportunities to even it out as I go. And I've done this design at a few cosplay events and conventions, and run into a few of the Mavis characters from the Hotel Transylvania movies as well. They have, I think, like 3 movies so far. The Johnnystein character is only in the first one, unfortunately. He's just Johnny in the rest. Now I do have a fake turtleneck that I wear with a lot of the costumes, so I don't have to get totally down to the shirt line. I find the ears are one of the more challenging, just because there's a lot of bumps and ridges and angles to them. It's hard to get all the surfaces covered, especially when you're wearing earrings. So that's a good start with the base coat. I think he's looking a little bit on the bluer side than I would want, so I'll lighten it up a bit. Just by taking some white makeup and working it in. Just take a scoop of the white and add it to my hand. Just apply it over the blue and work the color in. So that's lightening it up. So one thing I like about the grease paint makeup is when it's wet, you can mix colors. There's some colors are harder to, they're just overpowering. Reds and blacks can really overpower, so it's sometimes hard to lighten those colors and modify them, but yellows, oranges, and blues are easier to modify. You can lighten and darken them. Normally I do this in the bathroom where I have overhead lights in front of me. Right now I have a window off to the side and it's causing uneven lighting. So it's hard to gauge the color on the two sides if they're even. Just as hard as it is to get the makeup on the ears, I often find that a day or two later my ear will have a little blue or green or whatever color I used on its residue. I guess it's just one of the hazards of the hobby of doing colorful makeup designs. Normally I'd get the whole back of the neck and all the sides if I'm going to a convention, but for now I'm just doing the frontal view because I'll just get a few pictures of it and take it off. No one will see the back of my neck. So that's sort of the base layer of Johnnystein. And there was probably a time when that was all I would do because it's hard to do the next step of contouring or sort of know where to add the colors or where not to add the colors. Johnnystein is more or less just blue. I usually will add in some purples as sort of a blush color in like the eye area, and just do a little bit of contouring as well, lightening and darkening a few spots. So on the face, your nose is out there, it's angled, it's going to attract a little bit more light, so I usually lighten the fronts of the nose. Sometimes I'll darken the sides, and they'll sort of give it some shape. I'll lighten the brow area. I don't know how well you can see it. Just sort of gives it a little bit of definition. So it's not just one flat color. Lighten the cheek. And for this character, I really just work with my own anatomy. So it's like, here is the top of my cheek that's up, so it's going to catch the light a little bit more. So I'll lighten that area. If I was doing a more monster design, more menacing, I could go a little bit more extreme. If I'm doing zombie or something that's you want it to look sunken, you darken some of the areas. But the contrast of lightening and darkening areas is what the contouring is all about when they talk about contour makeup. So that's probably the extent of the lightening I'll do. Now I'll do some darkening. And for the darkening, I'm using purple. So again, just the Mehron purple. Probably don't need a lot. Scoop some out, put it on the back of my hand. And I have some eyeshadow, powdered eyeshadow and stuff that I can also use to further enhance the color in some of these areas. And these same techniques work with other characters that I do. I've done Beast Boy, he's green instead of blue. And for Beast Boy, yellow is a good lightening color, and blue is a good highlight color, or shadow color. So you can work on either side of the green spectrum, blue or yellow. I've done Branch from the Trolls movie. He's a little bit more on the gray tones, but gets similar treatment. And if I smile, I can sort of find where my cheeks are, so I can sort of use the purple as a blush tone. doesn't need a lot of enhancements. So now I'll move on to the black, and I'll use it sparingly. It'll be the eyebrows and the lip. Maybe just a little bit more contouring with black. So just took a scoop out, put it on my hand like everything else. Give him his eyebrows back. Bit of an eyeliner. Now it's just sort of a clown thing that I picked up. Is clowns only usually color the lower lip, so for most cosplays I'll just do my lower lip as well. Just darken it to bring enough focus so people can see where your lip is. Darken a little under the eyes. Johnny is a young character. He's like 18, 20. So he doesn't need to have all the wrinkles and stuff that you might put on some characters. And he's got a few freckles and things. I'll sometimes play around with just adding a bit. It's hard to, in my opinion, do a decent looking uniform freckle pattern that's different sizes and shapes and color. I'll just use the back of the brush. Probably a little bigger than they need it to be. And I think once I powder, they will sort of diminish. So that's sort of what he looks like. Usually before I powder, I just check it over. You see, I get wrinkles on my forehead. That causes the makeup. I have to spread it back out because it forms crease, and also you get wrinkles in your eyelid sometimes as you blink. The longer you work on the makeup, the more wrinkles and creases you can run into. So there is some urgency to be fast and efficient. So now I could wipe my hand off. So the step is powdering the makeup. That will dry it or make it set. If you watched my videos before, I keep powder in just a Rubbermaid container. I have a big fluffy puff that I use to just sort of get a dusting of powder on the design, and then another puff that I will use to press it in. So now I'll switch to the other puff, also a large one, it's not as fluffy, and work the powder into the makeup, press it in. Sure to get everywhere, your neck, your ears, anywhere that you applied makeup should be powdered. And then brush it all off. This is a brush for babies, soft brush. Now with some cosplay makeups, after I've done this base layer, then I do the detail layer. So if I was doing a tiger, the avatar character, Darth Maul or something, after I've applied the base, whichever color that base was going to be, then I would do the detail layer. So I would add the tiger stripes, the blue stripes of the avatar, the black design of Darth Maul. It's a little bit easier for me to do the brush work once the makeup is set. At this point, anything I do sort of adds a new layer to the makeup as opposed to just strictly blending into the prior layer. This character doesn't need a lot of detail work, but I will do some eyeshadow just to, again, enhance the color. So I have some Ben Nye. This is their Lumiere Grande Cosmic Violet. Further bring out the color around the eyes. And just a little bit on the cheeks. And I could apply a blue eyeshadow as well if there were areas I thought needed to be a little darker. Now this is their Cosmic Blue. I guess I like their cosmic colors. So that is the makeup look. Now I always complete it off, like I said, I have a fake turtleneck. It's just the neckline of a turtleneck that I can put over whatever I'm wearing. And then just tuck it in. That keeps the makeup off the primary costume area and gives you a little bit cleaner edge to the makeup design if you didn't go all the way down the neck. Let's see. Another item from the clown world is I always wear a wig cap. These are the same knits as a t-shirt. got an elastic. They're stretchy. So this will absorb any of the sweat so it doesn't get into the wig. It helps the wig stay cleaner. I've used this wig with a few other cosplay. I did a tiger superhero design, not quite a Thundercats, but I've used this for a few others. I probably could have restyled it and washed it before today's episode, but I was deciding to save time, get it lined up right. And first time I did Johnnystein, I thought he needed an employee ID badge or something, so I made up his Welcome to Hotel Transylvania Johnnystein, his little ID, so if anyone wondered who I was, I could just point them to my name badge. And I have my suit jacket to complete the look. For a character like Johnnystein, since he's dusty and monstrous, I usually have it powdered with some baby powder just so it's a little dirty, dusty looking. So that is the completed look for Johnnystein from Hotel Transylvania. I hope you found this makeup demonstration useful. This is Technicolor Mike B signing out. Hope you watch more of my videos on YouTube. I have the Technicolor Mike B show, and I also have other makeup videos. A lot of my earlier videos were clown related. I've done a few clown birthday party for the kids who are not able to celebrate a birthday, that they could just go on to YouTube and watch a fun video of me telling jokes and singing happy birthday to them. So yeah, check out my other videos. Check out my Instagram, Technicolor Mike B, where I have photos of face painting. I think I'm at like 95 designs for the year already. I was looking last night, and yeah, I was like, I'm almost at 100 designs this year alone, which is well more than I did last year. So yep, so this is Technicolor Mike B signing out. Until my next video, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye. Thanks for watching. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile.